Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project planning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. Today is going to be one of those really beautiful side situations of project planning, which is the stuff that's coming in and it's a haul and I'm excited. Um, Not to be cryptic, but I'm just basically doing a haul. I haven't done really a separate haul video, I think maybe other than once for the entire year. And I thought this would be the perfect way to just incorporate one because September and April, well, I shouldn't say September alone, but April for sure is one of the Sephora sales. And there's another one, I want to say end of October it starts, very end of October. So September is when the holiday kits start coming out. So September and October and slightly into November are the times where I give myself a little bit more leeway of things I'm buying because there tends to be more sales. So there was also a 50% off sale recently at Sephora and I wanted to pick up a few things from there. Not a whole lot. I actually didn't pick up nearly as much as I thought I would, but I did pick up a few things I didn't think I was actually going to buy. So I will talk to you guys about that all. And then also I wanted to make sure that I mentioned, and I will reiterate this again when I get there, but there is a Canadian website now for indie brand products. So instead of me buying, say, from Ensley Rain or Adept Cosmetics or Glaminatrix Cosmetics or, Bella Beauty Bar or whatever, and having to pay the exchange and a crazy $40 to $50, sometimes US dollar shipping rate, and then also duty on top of that, a single palette that usually costs say $67 to $80 US would convert to $200 Canadian. So I really, really, really have to want a palette. And I haven't bought any in a long time that I was don't get me wrong, I've bought from Adept Cosmetics, but I bought that first one from this site, which is called I Feel Beautiful Canada. And basically they will take different beauty brands and from indie brands and bring them onto their website and sell them into Canada to Canadian people who don't want to pay those shipping rates, the extra fees, blah, blah, blah. I am so excited and I ended up making 3 total orders already. And it's only been, I think, available to me, at least I've only known about it for a month. So I kind of went a little crazy and I need to rein myself back. I am going to buy a couple more palettes, probably closer to the end of this month, but I want to share with you guys what I got now. And also there's more coming and there will be more coming, but I haven't bought a whole lot this year and I will talk to you about that in just a little bit. I do have an earbud in and I'm listening to a YouTube channel right now. It's sort of about stories and history and all this kind of stuff, and I just wanted to have that in my ear. So if I'm talking a little bit louder than normal, that is probably why. But let's go ahead with the haul. The first item that I got from Sephora is the Peter Thomas Roth. It's called the Anti-Aging Cleansing Gel, and I have been using this for so many years. This is just a consistent replacement product in my collection. When I get to about here, if I notice it's on sale or something, I will immediately buy one. I actually have almost a full one in my bathroom. It's probably up to about here, I would say. But I haven't really been using it because I haven't seen this on sale recently. And so finally I did, and I can start using it again because I was oh my gosh, I don't want to have to pay full price. I don't want only 20% off. I want 50% off. So I actually saw this at 50% off and I bought it. But it has 250 mils. It's a big, massive, massive container. It looks exactly what you see on the front. That's exactly what it looks like. I'll show you. Exactly what you see on the front, except this is behind a white screen in the back. This has nothing behind it. So if you put white behind it, it would look the exact same. So yeah. But I really truly love this cleanser. I have very dry combination skin. So I actually for the longest time had been misinterpreting my skin as just oily and / normal. My skin is actually dry with oily tea. And I thought I've been using all these abrasive products, stripping my skin, creating dryness patches and getting irritation for so many years. And finally, I've been trying a few more moisturizing products, a few more retinols, things that are really speaking to my skin, like vitamin C and charcoal. My skin loves charcoal and volcanic ash. and vitamin C for sure. It brightens my skin, it makes it feel great, and I love moisturizing products. So this is the only gel product that I can use that still is slightly stripping without stripping everything out of my skin, and it cleans my skin so well. I truly love this. I feel like it's great for all skin types. I'm trying to see if it says that anywhere on the packaging. Okay, here it says advanced exfoliating and cleansing action helps diminish the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, pores, and other signs of aging. Ideal for all skin types except sensitive, including dry, normal, combination, oily, and sun damaged. Now, I actually have sensitivity right here on my skin, but it does not affect that part of my skin at all, even though it is quite intense. So I highly recommend this if you can get your hands on it. The next item I got is a Kayali perfume. It's called Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, and this was on sale as well. And it says pink pepper, bergamot, saffron, Bulgarian rose, vanilla orchid, and sandalwood. And I'm just going to take this out because I feel like I'm screaming. I'm just going to... I'll try and open this. All right, this is what it looks like. And oh yeah, that's beautiful. I did try a sample. I'm gonna spray this below here because I don't want to. There we go. Oh, that's so pretty. That's a little much. One spray is a lot when you're just sitting in the same area and you can't move around, because usually I like walk through the sprays, but that's so beautiful. It's like a nice, like musky vanilla with a hint of like a rosy scent. It just smells so beautiful. Yeah, very, very nice. Love that. Cannot wait to play with that and use that. So I'll put that aside now. I actually really want, so this will be coming to me in the future. It is a Kayali perfume called Rolling in Love. It is nearly $400 Canadian. But I have been given a gift card for something in my life, and it's about half of that, just over half of that value. So at the Sephora sale, I'm going to purchase it and I'm going to use that against that. So it will only cost me a fraction of what that total charge is. Would probably cost me about $100 to $115 total out of my personal money. So I am definitely going to get that. So there will be another perfume coming into my collection, but I think next year I may hold back off perfumes for a while, because I have a whole tray up here of like, the first drawer that you can see right here in this back white cabinet is almost full of samples. It's probably 2/3 of the way full of perfume samples. And then up above I have the travel sized ones, and then I also have a tray of anywhere between like deluxe size to full size perfumes. So I think that's enough. I need to actually use what I have, and I want to try and use like so many samples. So I don't want to just keep bringing in and like not have anywhere to put them and it's too much and whatever. So I need to start toning things back next year even more. I also picked up a couple of blushes, which was not something that was 100% on my radar, but when I saw them, I thought these are so cute and I really wanted to try them. And again, they were 50% off. So the sales get me. I'm learning it about myself. The sales get me. As soon as there's some kind of a discount, I'm like, oh, it's way cheaper than it normally would be. I should probably try it. I don't have to always try that, but I did a lot of research. I checked different kinds of pictures out, swatches out, videos out before I purchased any of these things. So it took me a course of a couple days to actually make a decision instead of just impulsively throw it in my cart and place order. But I got a couple of iconic London Kissed by the Sun multi-use cheek glow products. They look like this. And I have actually been enjoying iconic London products. I have a couple of different things in my collection right now, and I'm going to say the contour products that I have is absolutely stunning. I can't wait to bring those back into another project, but I am working on contour products right now that I would like to complete before the end of the year. So those get primary focus right now, but I do want to share the colors of these with you. And since I like those so much, I thought I would pick these up. The first one is called So Cheeky. I will try to find just a white area there. That is what it looks like, and it's very metallic. It's very resemblant of the Jouer highlighters. Very, very resemblant packaging, except this says Iconic London across the front, and it has a mirror inside it, which I have not taken that thing off. And then this is what So Cheeky looks like, which is so beautiful. It looks kind of dark, but once I swatch it, it'll be highly radiant. So I'll show you that embossing on there is just very beautiful, but it's not going to stay. But anyway, this is the color. Oh, it feels so silky, almost slidey greasy actually, but that is stunning. And I'm very pumped for this for actually next summer. This is what I bought this for, because I bought, this is going to be a little bit of a long video, so I hope you guys are good with that. But I bought Kiss of Spice from Bare Minerals this year because I love a warm bronzy blush with my bronze skin in the summer. I just love a whole monochromatic bronzy moment. And this is kind of that whole vibe of like a bronzy blush with being a bit radiant. It's definitely different in color. This one straight up looks like a bronzer, but it has a little bit of radiance to it, which I really like. But you can see how different and just how radiant the Iconic London ones are. So it's basically like a blush lighter kind of deal, although it's not called that, but it demo looks like that. So I think it'll work out really, really well for the summertime. But this is what the blush looks like here, and it is so pretty. So pretty. I cannot wait to use that. So I will put this in the pile. I gotta add all this stuff to my inventory before I put it back into my collection, or put it into my collection. The next one is called Oh Honey, and this is kind of the same aspect of I wanted this for the summertime, and this one is more bronzy just like the other one, and it's still going to be a lot more highlighty, but I will show you. You just gotta look at the embossing on that, or whatever that imprint is on the top. I love that. It looks so old Hollywood, which I adore, but it's all going to come away as soon as you touch it. All of that goes away, and I'm not buying it for that, so I'm not too worried about that. But this is sort of an elevated, lighter looking version of it. This could actually be a highlighter for me in the summer, like maybe not so much right now at this moment because I'm losing a bit of my tan, but definitely when I'm at my deepest, because if you see when the light's not hitting it, it's actually quite dark, but when the light is hitting it, it's practically a bright, shiny, matches the exact color of my skin tone. But yeah, these are definitely for something specific to summer, but I will definitely try these at different times of the year to see how they work for my skin. And then the last blush that I picked up was the Fenty Beauty Hot Cheeks Velour Blush Lighter, and this is in the shade Juicy Peach. I'd never heard of this before. I saw the packaging and I was like, this looks fun, but Fenty always has fantastic packaging. I just thought this was so beautiful. It kind of reminded me of that eyeshadow palette that came out that time that had like the really cool, it was like very angular and like weird shaped eyeshadows inside. I don't know, but anyway, I never got that. But I just love the outer packaging of this, and I love that it's like, it's just so cool. It's a very cool packaging. But what drew me the most, there's a mirror in there, but a mirror in there, oh my gosh. But what drew me the most was the color of this. It looks very much like Orgasm X, which is one of my favorite kinds of blushes. And oh my goodness, absolutely beautiful. Did I desperately need this? No, because I probably have 2 blushes like this in my collection. But I am except for this one, I'm very excited about the colors that I'm bringing in, and I just think these are so gorgeous. This is such a nice feel. It's not like bouncy, but it's like a cream to powder feeling formula. It's quite opaque. It's not a very dark color, but it's definitely opaque. Like as soon as you get anything on your finger, you're going to see the product. So I really like that, because I'm not one who's like, oh, let me just build it up and it takes 15 minutes for me to see my blush. I want impact now, and then I want to blend it out. I don't know why I'm like that. But I just want something that I'm actually going to be able to use and not dig to the bottom of the pan before I actually see my blush on my face. The last face product that I picked up is the Makeup Forever HD Skin and Twist and Light Loose Powder. And so, of course, it's got that typical Makeup Forever red and black packaging, which I love so much. It's very Louboutin. And this is what it looks like. And it's very strange. I got the medium shade because I barely have any powder for my medium skin tone. So this will be more for like the summertime next year. But it was on for 50% off, which is why I bought it. But I believe this is one of those ones where you twist the top and then you pour it out. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm just assuming that by basically what it says. And the top, it says twist the bottom quickly and sharply one way and then back. So it releases some product. I have a feeling it will be like, what is the other product that does that? I have another one. Oh, it's this one right here from Uoma. Does the same thing where you twist the bottom. This one has a bit of product in it, but you twist the bottom and it releases some product into the center. And I think that's what this one will do. And when you release it into the center, I will dump it out onto a paper so that all the colors will blend. Because I don't want to have patchiness of like blue and whatever on my face. So yeah, I'm excited to try this. I'm really looking forward to trying a new powder. Lately, I have been loving my complexion products. I've been really into foundations, really into concealers, really into loose powders, way more than pressed powders lately. I don't know. Oh, I'm putting it away and I haven't even added it into my inventory. Get a life, Jen. Okay, we're going to talk about eyeshadow palettes now. I will lift these up and show you. It looks worse than it is because some of them are still in the original packaging, but these are the ones that I've purchased recently. So let's talk about these. The first one is the Pat McGrath Labs Luxe Eyes Shadow Quad in Passion Fleur. Like flower passion. Okay. And it has this pink packaging, which is really cute. Really, really cute. I love the pink with the gold. It's so delicate and wonderful. And I think that if she could put something like this sort of a flower pattern along the bottom, I think that would be such a crowd pleaser. But she's super basic with the way that her palettes look. And then inside we have a mirror and 4 eyeshadows. And I wanted to play with these because I've really been enjoying, I'm wearing it right now, my Pan That palette for the year. I'm trying to finish up a couple of shadows, and I've been really enjoying the Pat McGrath formula for eyeshadows. So I wanted to get something else in the 4 pan because I thought maybe I could get something else that would be fun to travel with. And the shadow that I'm currently using, like this dark purple one, it's actually quite a bit lighter than the one I'm working on right now. But I thought it would be nice to have another kind of color like similar to that. Ooh, that is making a mess real fast. Okay, I'm going to swatch these on my hand. This first pink one is quite potent in color, as is the dark purple. So these have a lot of pigmentation and a lot of vibrancy, and I think they're very pretty. So they're all the ones up here. So you can see this like first baby pink one, very beautiful. Then you have this more like soft, subdued, more peachy shade, almost similar to this blush with less of a reflect, and then the deeper outer corner, and then this beautiful sort of light, I want to say it's like a champagne-y with like a teeny tiny hint of a bronze like mixed in, but not obvious that it's bronze, but it's just kind of like thrown in to make it a little bit of a deeper champagne. Yeah, sometimes I explain so well. But anyway, I just thought this was really pretty and I couldn't pass it up. And it was, I think it went from $88 down to $56 or $57. And I was like, I'm not paying that. It needs to be less than half or I'm not buying it. And it was funny because the next day it was down to like $36. And I was like, oh, add to cart. Because I said if it went under 40 bucks, I would buy it. So I bought it and I will try it out and see what I think, but it's very pretty. Next we have the Lens of Enchantment from Ensley Rain Cosmetics. This was not on my radar whatsoever. I have not been wearing very like ethereal, like whimsy colors, not just a lot of neutrals and like satins and things like that. I haven't been wearing a ton of my indie shadows and stuff, but as much as I love this eyeshadow look, because 90% of this eyeshadow look is my Pan That palette. The rest is just my Brow Bone shade, which I have completed before, and now I needed to just use something else from another palette. So I love, love, love my eyeshadow look today. Don't get me wrong. I'm like, after using this for 9 months, I'm still enjoying the way that my eyeshadow looks, but it's time to play. I'm not monogamous with my eyeshadow. That's like the one area where I am not monogamous. You could give me the same blushes, like if I had a tiny little palette of like 6, and I would be perfectly happy with that for the entire year if that's all I needed to use. But when it comes to eyeshadows, Pan That palettes are so not for me. So when I bought this, I thought, I really looked the palette over, and what I enjoyed most about this, okay, first of all, the packaging on the inside is the same as the outside packaging. And then the back is this absolutely stunning, what looks like Ariel's family house out of land or out of water. I don't know why I thought that, but anyways, the reason I was glued to this was because I thought that the color range was absolutely stunning. So this is the top of the palette. It's just upside down right now, but it goes from light to dark, and you can use each row as a look. You can use one in each row as a look. You can move them around because these are movable. Obviously, you can see that there's things in here. So like these little like thumb areas or whatever where you want to stick something in and pop them out. So you can move these around in the palette if you wish. But what I loved about this is that it was softer. Like it seemed like they're not so bold and vibrant colors. Like this could be spring. This could be winter. This could be the middle of summer if you so desire, but it won't be like in your face boom colors, which is sort of similar to what I have on now. And I feel like I could get a really cute look out of this, but then also add some blues and greens. And I think this was really, really beautifully made. I do love the fact that the colors inside here are really, really, really resemblant to the colors on the outside of the packaging, because normally when you see brands do an outer packaging, you look at the inside and you're like, this does not match. I don't get it. I don't see the cohesiveness. It was just sort of like, oh, here's a picture I drew, let's put it on the front of this. And this one actually matches and looks really, really pretty together. So I'll swatch a couple of these for you guys. And yeah, I'm gonna have to go down the side of my arm, I think. So let's do the lighter shade here. This is very, very light and very pink. So I think you're only going to see the pinky portion, not the fact that it's light, but just that it's bright and kind of pink. And I'll do a green. And I don't have like moisturizer or anything on my arm, so you're not going to see it like at its most vibrant. Bear with me a second. My throat is so dry. I want to swatch this one. It's called Light Language, and it literally looks like a black light. Like it looks like a black light. It's so pretty. Like I don't know how brands get these. Like look at that. It looks like it's black lit. I don't understand. I think I have something like this in another brand too, but it just never like ceases to amaze me. Like it's just, oh my gosh. No, that's the wrong version of what I meant. You guys know what I mean. My brain is not with it today. I'm going to swatch another one. This one's called Moonrise. This is another one of the shimmery looking shades. Oh, that's really pretty. See, I feel like you could get away, like if you were uncertain about wearing such bold indie eyeshadows, this is a palette that you could get away with of it being work appropriate. Not that you can't wear like fun eyeshadows to work. I'm just saying some people don't feel comfortable. Some workplaces just don't love that. Mine doesn't care. I love my place of work. But not everyone's place of work is like, be yourself, you know? But ooh, those together is so pretty. Ooh. And then I'll swatch one more. I have a lot to go through, so let's do a really fun, darker. Oh, wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, you can even see the little sparkles in it. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I have Oh, I do have a little flashlight. Is that going to help at all? See the sparkles? Oh my gosh. Like, oh, look at that. Wow. Very, very, very pretty. Okay, I cannot wait to get into this, but I have to wait. I have to. Because I promised myself that I wasn't allowed to move on to new lid shades until I finished the majority of what's in my palette. So you best know I am motoring through those. Okay, I also got two from Nomad Cosmetics, which if you guys know me, you know I love horror, you know I love Halloween, you know I love spooky. So I wanted Haunted Europe. And by the time I went to get it, it was discontinued and not available anymore. And I don't have Mercari or anything like that. I don't have access to it because I'm in Canada. So I told my friends, I'm like, if you guys ever want to get rid of yours, I'll buy it from you. Like, just let me know. Like, I totally want it. I want the packaging. It was just I desperately wanted what was on the outside. And I had looked at the inside and I thought it's actually really beautiful and I would totally wear that. And then I messaged the company and asked if they were going to have a re-release, and they said no, but they're bringing out a sister version of it, which was the Ghost Town USA. And I love the inside of the Ghost Town USA, but I wanted Haunted Europe packaging. I'm like, I want that packaging. I want what's on the inside. I love the aesthetic of it. It makes me excited, but I didn't get any. Last month, I want to say, I think it's last month or early September, they released both of them together in a bundle. And I picked them up. So I have them both. I'm very excited. I am going to open them. I'm not going to swatch anything because that's going to take a long time because I want to swatch some of the other eyeshadow palettes that I have. So I was so excited to get this into my collection. This is very much a Jen palette. I love how it says Nomad Haunted Europe. Nomad Haunted Europe. I just thought that is the tits. It's so good. I love it. And the inside of the packaging, I will be honest, what drew me most is because I need sort of like a brow bone shade, even though this isn't brow bone, this is more like upper crease area for me. I need an outer corner shade or a crease shade, and I need a deep shade. So it has all of those things. They may not be like, the darkest shade in here is blue, which essentially isn't a color I would use, but I'm using purple. What is to say I can't use a dark, 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 dark blue, which I wasn't going to swatch anything, but look at how dark that is. That could look like a charcoal gray, okay? A bluish charcoal gray. So I can absolutely use that to deepen up all my eyeshadow looks that I do in here. So I have like a crease, a light crease shade. I also have a deeper crease shade, like those mid-tone shades that I love so much that deepen up the crease. And I have an outer corner shade, and actually there's also a dark brown in here too. Let's swatch this color of the dark brown. Oh yeah, that's actually quite dark. I was expecting that to be much lighter from what I see in the actual pan. I thought that was much lighter. So I have two really great deepening shades in here. And I love the embossment. You have a castle, you have branches, there's bats, there's cobwebs, there's a cemetery, there's coffins. Oh my God, this is so Jen. This is so me. I am in love with this so much. I cannot wait to use this. I will probably do a video with this. If you guys want to see it, let me know. I know this is sort of like old hat already, but let me know if you want to see a video with this because I love doing eyeshadow looks. And then the Ghost Town USA, which has a beautiful color story. I feel like it's so okay. It has the same thing, Nomad, Ghost Town USA. I love that too, but I wish it was more like spooky. Like, it's the Ghost Town part. I think it's meant to exude spooky, but it's giving like Spirit Halloween. Like when you walk through and like look at the animatronics, that's what the front looks like. Is like you're looking at some animatronics at the Spirit Halloween, not like you're at a ghost town with like spooky creatures, you know? So anyways, the inside is absolutely fabulous. It's very, very, very me. This is stuff pretty much I could make the identical look that's on my eyes right now with this palette. It's so beautiful. I could wear this to work happily. Just beautiful. I have to swatch a couple of these because these eyeshadows are calling my name. So that is so gorgeous. Very similar, almost very similar to what I'm wearing on my eyes now. I totally ruined the embossment of that, and I hate myself right now because I wanted to at least take a picture of it. But this one has what looks like a hanging skeleton. It has I want to say is it a windmill? I don't know what that is. Anyways, there's like bones of animals with antlers. I think that's probably a bull, like a bull head. It looks like a cowboy. I'm going to be honest, I thought it was like a weird shaped moth at first. And then I'm like, no, that's a skeleton cowboy with some kind of a mask on his face, like, you know, because of the sand in the desert and stuff. And then there's like an axe pick and a shovel. So cool. So cool. Really, really love these. They did a fantastic job on these. And I'm glad I waited. I'm truly glad I waited because I got what I wanted. I didn't have to rush right away and buy it. And thankfully they brought it back. And I'm glad they did because it's the perfect release around Halloween and just before, because people want this stuff around Halloween. Okay, we're getting into the expensive stuff now. So I got two from Enzy Rain, two of the longer palettes. So the first one is Groovy Garden, which is absolutely stunning, and I love the artwork on here. And these are the actual like colors that are in the palette, which is what I mean. It looks what's inside. Enzy Rain does that so well. And then I have Cold Moon, which again, these colors are what would be on the inside technically. So let's take a look at Groovy Garden first. And I have to tell you, I'm so impressed with I Feel Beautiful Canada because everything was packaged so nicely. Like, I mean, intensely packaged. Like, it was bubble wrapped and then together it was like rolled in a massive bubble wrap so that everything was stuck in one big bubble wrap together and then put in a box. There was no space. It was edge to edge. Palettes weren't moving around. They were firmly in there. It was fantastic. So really, really enjoyed receiving and ordering from that brand. But this is what the inside of Groovy Garden looks like. Again, you can see the background of like the picture on the front is basically what's extending in here. Why can't I talk? But that's basically the colors that are inside the palette. So beautiful. I love that there's so many mattes in this, to be honest, and that there's just pops of lid shimmers, because I tend to do a ton of matte and then just a bit of lid of shimmer, which I feel works really, really well for me. I like that. I will swatch a couple of these matte shades. I wouldn't go to Enzy Rain for like my whole matte collection ever, but they perform nicely. They're really cute. They're really good. They do actually perform okay, but of course I have other brands that I like better that are matte, but their shimmers, so good. And again, I want to reiterate this. I'm not saying that the matte shades are bad. They actually perform really, really nicely. But if I'm thinking of like every single brand ever, are they my favorite? No. But are they bad? Absolutely not. They're so good. They're still really, really good and very pigmented. Like, I have swatched on this finger a million times and you can't see through that color that I have like a black smudge underneath my finger. So I would say that these work really well. Let's swatch one of the shimmers. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to swatch at a bad angle, but absolutely beautiful. So pretty. Let's swatch this really dark, flamey looking one. Oh, I love that. Can you see? Oh yeah, it goes from like a dark, like a greenish almost to like a gold, fiery red, orange. So many cool colors in here. Oh, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. And I can't wait to use that. It's very similar. It gives like combo vibes to the, what is it called from Adept? Hang on. House of L. Like, I could probably pair that very nicely with this Groovy Garden palette. And I think that I would get some really nice looks out of that. Which, House of L is one of my favorites. I love it. Actually, I don't know if it's... I think I just love everything from Adept Cosmetics. So, I can't really just pick one, okay? But let's talk about Cold Moon. instead of getting all over the place here, which is typical me. But this is the eyeshadow palette for Cold Moon, and this is one that I've wanted for so long. It's absolutely stunning. The colors in here, I could use every single one of these colors on my lids, on my eyes, on my crease, like any portion of my eye, and I would use every single eyeshadow color in this palette. How odd is that? I don't think there's another palette really out there that I would want to use every single shade all the time. I would sometimes have to force myself. And I just feel like this has everything. Like, I will even swatch these like gray toned ones. Like, I would even use those, which is usually not my style. But look at how the mattes perform on no primer. These four. And then, excuse me, let's swatch. This one's called Borealis. Oh my gosh. That is so stunning. It's almost like seashell, like the underside of a seashell. That is like a purpley, gray toned. Oh my god, so good. Taupey. It's giving good vibes. And this one's called Forbidding. I'm sorry, my throat's getting super dry now. Oh, that's gorgeous. That reminds me of the cream eyeshadow from One Size. The first one that I ever bought, the only one that I ever bought, honestly. I'm not a fan of cream eyeshadow, but I loved that color, but I hated the cream. So now I have something similar, which is so great. I decluttered that so long ago, but yay. It's nice to have something kind of similar to that because I was missing that. All right, and the last two palettes we're going to talk about are from Adept Cosmetics. Now, I wanted to show you them in the packaging like this because Adept Cosmetics goes hard to make sure that their products are going to get to you without breaking. This is a cardboard mold inside the lid. So it covers everything to make sure that it doesn't open. And then they give you this little other card that just basically is like a thank you for supporting. And then there is foam keeping the palette inside of the middle of the thing. If you guys have ever done in high school where you take an egg and you have to throw it off the roof, but the teacher tells you that you have to put foam around it and all these other supplies, they give you all these supplies and you have to drop it from the roof and then open up the box to see if your egg broke or not. That's what this reminds me of. And it's really, really good. It's not going to break. Your stuff is not going to break. I know that's the stupidest and weirdest comparison, but it's effective. And it worked. So this is Amy Loves, and I wasn't actually going to get this palette. I'm going to take the exterior stuff off because I want to see the sparkle of the palette. But this is what the palette looks like. Really sparkly and gorgeous. She did a really great job with the exterior for sure. The inside I have a few beefs with, so to speak. So when you look at this palette, it looks very neutral and cute, but compare this to Cold Moon, right? I feel like Cold Moon is so much more effective, and I don't know, I guess I was expecting more mid-tone shades, and there's like basically 4 shades that look almost identical, for sure 3 that are very, very similar. Almost the tones are just slightly off. So like one is cool, one is neutral, one is like a little bit slightly deeper neutral. This one might be a hint more gray, but on the eye, these are practically all going to look the same. And then the outer corner. Now, I'm not trying to be like rude when I say this stuff. It's just fact, and I think a lot of people have brought that up. But it needs a little bit more variety on the matte shades because I do need a companion palette with this. It's not a standalone now. So I will swatch some of those deeper shades because I do want to see what they look like together. And then this one. Yeah, I mean, essentially all those are going to look the exact same when you're swatching them on your eye. Like when you're blending them out and stuff, they're going to look the same. And then Scrunchy, which is the darkest shade, looks the same. It's the darkest shade in here, and it practically looks lighter than the other shades. Or the same, like these two look the exact same. This one looks like practically the same as those. And then you have one that's a little more taupey than gray. So that I'm not in love with. That is disappointing. There is a shade called Pink that I wanted to swatch. Okay, so that one is much more bright and reflective than this one down here. I actually thought it was going to be similar to that one, so that's really nice that they're different. And then there's Pisces, which I guess she's a Pisces. And yeah, that one's similar to the other seashell shade. I think that was this one, but this one's giving like purpley and stuff, and this one's giving a little bit more green taupe, whatever, and this one's giving a little more purpley taupe. So they're still different, which is good. But it is a very pretty palette. I'm just a little bit disappointed in the fact that all those middle shades are the same, and when you create a palette you need a bit of difference. But otherwise she did really great creating her palette, and I'm really proud of like when people are able to do that. I would love to create my own palette with Adept Cosmetics. Are you kidding me? She is so fortunate to be able to do that. And anyone who gets to create their own palette with Adept Cosmetics, or if anyone has created with any of these brands I bought, that would be a life dream, to create a palette with Adept Cosmetics or NZ Rain or Bella Beauty Bar, anyone like that, especially like a Canadian brand for me too. I would love that. So this last one here is called Unity. So this is, it has the packaging thing still on it, so I'll take that off too. But this is what the outer packaging looks like, and it is a sister palette to the Fiddles one. I can't remember. Flying Fiddles? It's the sister palette, which is why it has a similar lace product on it. And again, the full-size mirror. I'm sorry about my throat, you guys. But this is what it looks like on the inside, and it's very much giving Vintage Rose from Give Me Glow, and like leveled up with metallics and duochromes and multichromes and all that kind of stuff. So I do want to swatch these for you. I'm going to do Unison Utopia, because again, these are looking like colors that I just swatched, and I just want to see how similar they are. So that one, I thought it looked similar to something I just swatched. Am I wrong? Oh yeah, it's similar to this one up here. Can't really see that. And this one has a bit of a shift to it. So it's really pretty. I'll swatch a little more on my arm here. This one's called, oh my gosh, you gonna make me pronounce this? Egalitarian Emerald. Sure, that's right here. That one's just sort of basic. It's just not giving like special. It's just like Huda. It's giving Huda. And then Serenade. Again, I'm just trying to randomly grab colors that I'm curious about, because I feel like I could see how the other ones would perform, but that one is stunning. That's very much a Jen shade right there. And then I'll swatch a couple of the mattes. Woo! Pigmentation is real. Holy moly. Hopefully they perform well on the eye and on top of a primer, because that would be so beautiful. But that is my haul, and I will be removing, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points from my beauty bank. But I did want to do this as a separate video, because otherwise that video, this is already almost 45 minutes long, and that video would have been probably an hour and a half. So I'm trying to cut this all down to make sure that you guys don't have to sit there through all of that. But I will have more things coming. I definitely will have more things coming. I have some Hourglass stuff coming. I will be ordering again from I Feel Beautiful in the next week. And if I see anything, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot 2 things. Now, I feel really bad, but I totally forgot these things and I want to get them open. So I do have 3 more things. So I'll have to recount my points in just a second, because I forgot what I said. But I totally forgot these. I got a couple of kits from Sephora. So I have the Laneige lip treatment kit, which I wanted for sure these 2. And I know I like all of these already. And I go through the tiny ones so fast that I thought it was a good purchase, even though I think next year I will not buy any until I know that I need more. And then I also picked up the Sephora Favorites Bold and Blushing kit, which looks like this. And I don't mind these like fuzzy thingies because I use these little things for my cross stitching projects. So I put my threads and knives. I always say knives. What is up? Threads and scissors and all that kind of stuff in there. But let's quickly go over this. So there's Summer Fridays butter lip balm or lip butter balm. And this is an iced coffee. And I want a full size of this. I know I'm going to like this, but I also don't need it. So if I can get it on sale at 20% off for the Sephora sale, I might get just the full size of that and that's it. But we'll see what I do. I may not. And then there's the Refi lip blush in wine, which actually let me show you before I just start opening things. So this is what it looks like. I'm just getting all like, whoa, now because I feel like I'm taking so much of your time, but that is what that color looks like right there. Very beautiful, actually. I'm pumped to try this because I've never tried anything from Refi before. And then there's also a Patrick Ta lip gloss, which is in the shade, it's a plumping gloss in 2ccs, which I actually own 2ccs already, so this will be nice for traveling, and I will be going on a work trip soon. This is what I'm so happy about. It is the Pat McGrath Labs. It's a lip gloss in Aliangelic, which is the cutest name, but Aliangelic. And it's very much multi-chrome, and I have something similar on my lips right now, which is this one in Dreamscape, and I want this, so if I find a full size, I'm buying 2 of them. But it's like wearing a multi-chrome eyeshadow on your lips. Oh, I am obsessed with the shade. I wish this was the shade that she put in the kit. This one's cute too, but like this is life. This should be viral. I don't know why this lippy is not viral. But anyway, Pat McGrath, you need to make a full size of that. Not that she's watching. This is the Lawless Pinch My Cheek Soft Blur Cream Blush. And this is in the shade Angel, which I think is similar to the other. Oh, there's something. Someone touched this. That wasn't me that touched that. That's gross. Where's my tissue? That is disgusting. That is so gross. Why does Sephora do this to me every time? I get something that's already been touched and is so gross. Okay, I don't want to go onto a tangent right now, so I'm just scooping that off. But that is gross. Okay, so this is the shade, and I will swatch it next to the other one, which is right there. That's very beautiful. It's their lightest shade in their line, I believe. But I don't have anything that's super light for, like, you can see my regular winter skin right there. So that's what I'm going to look like, and that's going to look perfect on that. So I'm very excited. And last but not least, in this package, there is the Danessa Myricks Beauty. What is this called now? Okay, that's not. Okay, it's called Yummy Skin Rosé and Brunch. I'm guessing this is a blush. And it looks like this. All the same shades. Basically all the same shades. That's going to look very similar on the skin. But this is what it looks like, which is identical. All 3 of those is identical. Why? Why? But anyway, I can try the formulas now. I hope these are a shade that everyone likes. Like, why wouldn't they put a baby pink, a rosé one, and like an orangey or like a purple? Give us something else in the same. All right, more garbage. And I will keep this for my cross stitching. And then lastly, I got the Sephora Favorites Holiday Must-Haves, which is this one here. And again, I'm not a fan of this because I feel like if you have like anything on your fingers, it's just gonna like, you know, I don't know, it's just gonna get dirty fast. But there's a lot in here, so we'll go ahead and talk about this right away. It doesn't have the price on the front like it usually does. But the first item I have is the Rare Beauty. It's called Liquid Luminizer in the shade Outshine, which I think is a new shade, which I thought was really, really cool to include. I'm currently using these 2 right here. This is the one I'm trying to use because it's my, like, for deeper. And then I also like to use this one for, like, fall leading into winter. And I'm about halfway. I'm a little more than halfway on this one, and I'm about halfway on this one. So I can get through these in really good time because I add them to my foundation, but I love the shade on this one because it's going to be great for my winter skin. Again, this one is called Outshine. And then I have the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer in Riri 08. So a shade that I have never tried before. And it's just one of the deluxe size sample sizes, not her typical like rectangular or octagon kind of packaging. Something was messed up on this. I don't know what this is. I'm guessing it's House Labs. It's supposed to say House Labs, but that is like someone licked that and chewed that. That's weird. But on the packaging here, it says this is a full size of the House Labs PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze in Guava. Soft, warm pink. Okay. Anyways, and then there is an Olaplex number 7 bonding oil. This is so tiny. But again, this is only supposed to be for you to test them to see if you like them, make you want to buy big ones. And then there's a Glossier Boy Brow. I might be passing this one along because I'm faithful to ABH with my brow freeze. And then there's a mini of the Hydro Grip Primer, which I'm actually almost done a full size. So that'll be great for travel. There's also a Paula's. Oh, I wanted to try this. I'm so excited. I thought it was the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a exfoliator. It looks just like this packaging. I can't remember the brand, but this is the Exfoliate 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. So this one's a liquid. I was thinking of the one that has the powder and then you add water to it. So excited to try this. I actually have this on my wish list. I didn't even realize that was in there. There's also a Brazilian Crush. Okay, something must have leaked in here because things are wearing off. It must be from the hair oil. This should have been in a packaging by itself, not the other thing. But this is the Brazilian Crush Boom Boom. It's number 68. Brazilian Jasmine and Pink Dragon Fruit Spray. I want to open this to smell it, but it's sealed, so I'm going to leave it for now. And there's still more. 3 more things, I think. This is the Grande Lash, which I actually like this stuff, but it doesn't really do much for my eyes, but I'll put it in my to-use right away. Next is the By Mario Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in the shade Pinch Me Pink, which again is going to be similar to those other ones, I think. Oh, this one's a little brighter. This shade is a little bit softer and brighter. This one's super light. Wow. Okay, so that's really, really light. Lots of cream blushes. Holy smokes. Where's the powder blushes? Okay, and lastly, this is another thing I really wanted to try was the Tower 28 setting spray. I've heard really, really good things about this, and I know that there is a refill option, so if I like this, I would just buy a refill option, which makes me really happy. I like to try to do the refill situation, even though, yes, I do these little kits, which are so much trash for the landfill. It is a good way for me to test out products that I like rather than buying a ton of full sizes and wasting. At least I can just use up a little one and not feel like it's taking me forever. But this is almost an hour long. My throat is killing me, and this was a lot of products to talk about. So I really appreciate your patience. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like and subscribe, and thank you for doing so if you have done so already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!